Have you ever caught yourself believing something and wondered, wait, how do I even know this is true? Maybe it's a quiet assumption about your abilities. Maybe it's a strong opinion about money, relationships, success, or even yourself. And if you trace it back far enough, you often discover something unsettling. You've simply heard it over and over again. That's it. No dramatic proof. No groundbreaking evidence. Just repetition. Whispered by parents, echoed by teachers, reinforced by friends, amplified by media, and eventually accepted by you as truth. Repetition is one of the most powerful psychological forces shaping human belief. The brain loves familiarity. When an idea is repeated enough times, it begins to feel safe, recognizable, and trustworthy. Psychologists call this the illusory truth effect. The more we hear something, the more likely we are to believe it, even if it's not accurate. Our minds mistake familiarity for credibility. In a world drowning in information, the brain chooses efficiency over investigation. Think about childhood. As children, we absorb repeated statements like sponges. You're so smart. You're too sensitive. Money is hard to earn. People can't be trusted. These phrases, repeated casually in daily life, begin forming internal scripts. And because they're repeated by authority figures, they bypass skepticism. Over time, they become part of our identity. We don't just hear them, we become them. The same process shapes society at large. Marketing works because of repetition. Political narratives gain traction because they're repeated. Cultural stereotypes survive because they're reinforced in conversations, movies, news cycles, and jokes. When a message is echoed across multiple sources, our brain interprets it as consensus. Consensus feels like truth, and truth feels like certainty. What makes repetition so powerful is that it doesn't require logic. It requires exposure. The first time you hear an idea, your brain may resist it. The 10th time, it feels less strange. The 50th time, it feels obvious. Repetition smooths the rough edges of doubt. It creates cognitive ease. And cognitive ease feels good. We prefer what's easy to process. We trust what flows effortlessly. Repetition makes ideas flow. This isn't just about external messages. It's also about internal dialogue. The words you repeat to yourself quietly shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm bad at business," your brain begins to search for evidence supporting that belief. If you repeat, "I never finish what I start," your actions unconsciously align with that identity. Your mind loves consistency. It works hard to match behavior with repeated thoughts. Over time, repetition builds neural pathways. The brain strengthens connections that are frequently used. Just like a path in a forest becomes clearer the more people walk on it, beliefs become stronger the more they're mentally rehearsed. That's why affirmations, when genuinely practiced, can rewire thinking. That's why negative self-talk can feel so permanent. You're not just thinking, you're building mental infrastructure. Social media has amplified this effect to unprecedented levels. Algorithms show us similar content repeatedly because engagement increases with familiarity. If you interact with certain viewpoints, you'll see them again and again. Slowly, your digital environment becomes an echo chamber. Repetition creates reinforcement. Reinforcement creates conviction. Conviction feels like independent thought, but often it's curated repetition. This is why propaganda throughout history has relied heavily on repetition. A single bold statement, repeated across posters, speeches, broadcasts, and conversations, becomes embedded in collective consciousness. People rarely notice the shift. They simply feel that everyone knows it to be true. And when something feels widely accepted, challenging it requires courage and conscious effort. But repetition isn't inherently dangerous. It can be empowering. The same mechanism that installs limiting beliefs can install empowering ones. Athletes visualize success repeatedly to strengthen confidence. Leaders repeat a vision to align teams. Individuals who consciously practice gratitude rewire their brains toward optimism. The key difference is awareness. Are you passively absorbing repetition or intentionally choosing it? Consider how habits are formed. A behavior repeated enough times becomes automatic. Similarly, a belief repeated enough times becomes unquestioned. If you repeat stories of failure, you strengthen fear. If you repeat stories of growth, you strengthen resilience. Your mind doesn't discriminate strongly between what's repeated positively or negatively. It simply strengthens what it hears most. The real danger lies in unconscious repetition. When you don't examine what's being repeated around you, you inherit beliefs without consent. You may believe success requires burnout because you've heard it glorified endlessly. You may believe vulnerability is weakness because that message has echoed in your environment. You may believe you're incapable simply because that narrative has been rehearsed too many times. Breaking free requires interruption. You must pause and ask, where did this belief come from? Who repeated it? Is it objectively true, or just familiar? Awareness disrupts automatic acceptance. When you consciously question repetition, you weaken its grip. Then comes the powerful part, replacement. If repetition shapes beliefs, then intentional repetition reshapes them. Surround yourself with ideas that align with who you want to become. Repeat empowering narratives. Practice constructive self-talk. Read perspectives that challenge your assumptions. Choose environments that reinforce growth instead of limitation. Beliefs feel solid, but they are surprisingly malleable. They are built layer by layer, word by word, repetition by repetition. You are not stuck with the beliefs you inherited. You are not bound to the scripts you absorbed. You can rewrite them, but only if you understand how they were written in the first place.